What's going on, everyone? This is your boy AshTheMan, and we are here to talk about To the Abandoned Sacred Beast, Episode 8, SongStress of Sleep. Now, this episode picks off where, with the incarnate siren. Now, this one, I'm gonna say this. This one is interesting because the one who holds siren is called Beatrice. Now, before she became incarnate, she basically was a professional singer at this bar. But unfortunately, due to the war, people started coming less and less, and then eventually she was drafted into the army. Then, of course, the whole working on her, and then she becoming an incarnate. Now, the one thing I will say compared to all of the other previous incarnate that was introduced, she actually had her, her mind wasn't lost to her incarnate, self. She was full aware of what happened in the army, full aware of what's going on, full aware that, if she was to come out the cave that she's hiding in, that it was gonna down. But nevertheless, now with the siren, it's so much of with her voice. Since she was a singer, I guess it makes sense that she was the siren, because if you look up siren and stuff like that, her voice is so deadly. Like, she was able to put people to sleep on the battlefield, and then the army was able to come and cash in and just kill them in their sleep, to say the least, or capture them, whichever one they prefer. That's just how deeply her voice can affect people on the battlefield. Now, as far as what happened in the episode, now, like I said, she's hiding in this cave, and some guy named Charles, who was the leader of the bar, is the only person who knows she yet, because even though that she transferred into her incarnate, which they consider her to be a monster, he still look at her as to being the same person, because her humanity is not lost. When they got back from the army, she looked at the way people looked at her and stuff like that. So she's well aware that people does not look at her the same. And Nessie was attracted to her voice. She didn't care the way she looked, because I guess now she's starting to look at incarnates in a different way than what she was. Not saying that she was bloodless out to kill him. Her whole purpose of going on this journey was to see Hank and how he regard his, subordinates, as he delivered what he considered to be the only way to kill him is by their hands. So that's what happened. But unfortunately, Hank is not here, so we get more so of following Nancy and her provision, and seeing that she developed like some type of like care, for Beatrice, makes it, regard to understand of like how Hank may have felt like as he, looks upon it. And it could have been different with like Hank seeing like Siren. Like, if he would have saw her, maybe he wouldn't have to kill her or like that, because she haven't lost her humanity. Maybe he could have been like, well, you still got your brain, that's good. And that would have been like more beneficial. But again, in the terms of the previous episode, Hank is like, missing in action. But nevertheless, now after she stumbled upon him, of course, she went back and visited the siren, because she developed a friendship with her, a deep friendship quickly. Sometimes your best friends could be, notified, within a matter of minutes. But in her terms, she was going back, visit her. And then, of course, Clyde said, hey, where you been? Blah, blah, blah. We trying to kill the incarnates. And, of course, Elizabeth is kind of hesitating, starting to see, like, Clyde, like, okay, he has a ravage kind of like, tensions towards him. That's when he revealed that Clyde was Clyde's brother, and he betrayed him, and that's the reason why he had that sort of hatred towards them. And he even mentions that, look, I'm trying to kill them, and that is including Hank. So, but ended up, people have approached Charles, because I guess they must have got a whiff of like hearing like Beatrice singing. So they were trying to search around a barn and clues to find her. He basically defended himself off, cracked a dude, giving dude's hands, and he ended up getting shot. And he went to Beatrice, and he ended up dying. Now, Beatrice lost herself for just a moment and went in the middle of town and start singing away, and put people to sleep. And you got to see that, she put them in a deep sleep. They thought the people was there, but they wasn't there. But overall, she got shot, went to the bar. Nancy followed her, asked her what was that for. She got to singing, and then guess what? They let her sing one last song that wasn't a deadly song, and then she got gunned down. And then what wrapped up the episode, what I want to make sure is that they actually found the location of Hank. They mentioned that Hank all this thing with Big Wolf. Now Hank is supposed to be located in been sighted in the mountains, so they ready to move out and take Hank down. But I don't he probably just hiding out due to the factor that he went crazy. He may look at himself as like a liability, or he still could be hunting the incarnates on his own. We don't know. But that's when this episode gonna tell us. But that pretty wraps it up. I think the episode was definitely interesting. Parts that lost me though is that to me it would have been better if they would have continued with Hank, finding Hank first, then going to another incarnate. Because the whole thing is that they made that pledge that, hey, look, we're going to take down the incarnates. And I understand that they had to deal with a dead one, but it would have made more sense to deal with Hank first, let Nancy stumble upon him and find him, so that maybe they going against the army and trying to get the incarnates killed by Hank hands instead of army hands. Siren got gunned down by the army, and it's take away what Hank was pledged to do. Thank you for trumping over that. But yeah, so I think that's one takeaway that I can make for the episode. But overall, the episode did give us more insights for everybody, so I'm kind of okay with it. And another thing is that they reference Lizzie boobs a lot. I don't know if they're using this fan service to keep up humor, but let's stop with the boob jokes all the time. Let's get down to the anime. Let's get down to the good ingredient. But other than that, thank you guys for definitely watching. Leave a like on the video. Hit that notification button so that you can definitely get my updates when I go live. And also subscribe to the channel. Other than that, AshTheMan is out. Peace.